Hi everybody, I am here and I have leftover Alice Curiouser and Curiouser paper, and you know I can't put it away, so let's do this. I don't have a whole lot left, but we're going to keep going. Keep in mind that we made the 8x8 by 3-inch album and the 4x4 by 2-inch album, and now we're going to make, and that was all yellow gold, and now we're going to make the 4x8 by 2-inch spine. And we're going to start the same way we always start. And I just had a little bit of time before the sun comes out. I already mowed. And I want to hang out, get a little bit of sun. It's Sunday. What day is it? June. It's the last Sunday of June, whatever day that is. I think it's the 29th, yes, June 29th today. So obviously you won't see this in a while because I got lots of videos up to upload. That's what I should be doing, is editing videos, but I can do that later. I slept extra long today, so I'll probably be up later than normal. That's okay. Okay, I cut this piece of 12x12 down to 10 inches. That's going to give me plenty of room. This is the 4x8 chipboard, and it's essentially the leftover from the 8x8. So I take a 12x12 piece of chipboard and cut the 8x8 by 3 out of it, and then there's enough for a couple more albums, depending on how you cut it. And I just brought all my score tape up. This is an ASC design team project, of course. And that's ASCcraftsupplies.com. There is an ASC supplies on Etsy, but we are promoting the website. So head over to ASCcraftsupplies.com and she may have some special deals up for you there. This one is the Frank Garcia tape, which I've had for a while, and I don't know that she still has the Frank Garcia tape in the store. Essentially it's score tape, so score tape works. This is a 2-inch size, makes things easier, and we all love making life easier. Oh, and I thought I would make this album, Curiouser and Curiouser, cream colored cardstock instead of the black. If I could get the tape back off. There we go. Good stuff. I've had it for a while, so cut that crooked. Oh, super sticky. When we put this down, make sure we get it down flat. Flat. Correct. Straight. I decided, another thing that I decided, I've been putting my craft stuff away. Oh my gosh, you guys. I posted on the ASC Facebook group. If you're not a member of the ASC Facebook group, you should head over and join. The link is in the description box below. But I found, past me thought it was a good idea to cut a whole bunch of card bases, not card bases, like the actual bases, because past me did decide that was a good idea, but that was a good idea. But the like 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 pattern paper. Whoops, that's not gonna work. Pattern paper and solid cardstock, which I know what I was thinking. I wanted to get rid of some of my cardstock that was like loose and I wasn't going to be using, but just now I'm like, what am I going to do with these? Am I going to use them? Realistically, am I going to use them? And the answer is yes, because I know myself and I won't be able to do anything else with them. But I got other things that I can use. You know what I mean? Like, I don't need to use those. And had they been full sheets of paper, I could have, like, gifted them, de-stash them. What was I thinking? So, but we shall use them. So be ready for some use your stash videos. We'll have to do like, October is Scraptober, so we won't do an October, but we'll have to do a stash month. Like, what month can be Stash-tember? October, September. We can do Scraptober and Stash-tember. How about that? Because I am making a mess as I'm talking. Because, yeah, we're gonna need it. Okay. Well, besides the obvious mess I just made of that corner, no problem. I'll just stick another piece on top. I cut off where it got all bulky. Okay, I don't need giant score tape anymore. We'll put that aside. And that's not my biggest score tape. This is my biggest score tape. It's a 6-inch wide roll. No, it's 5-inch. It's 5 inches. I love it. So, score tape to suit your style. ASCSupplies.com. And yeah, oh, seriously, if you are not a member of the Facebook group, totally join. So much fun. Okay, so I got all those adhered. I left a 1/4 inch between the spine and the pages, or the covers, as always. And I'm leaving about an 1/8 inch here. You can cut this any way you want. If you want to cut it like this, you can, or however they do it, I don't know. I just cut it straight across. It's fine. I have about 1 inch up at the top and bottom. We can cut that off a little bit. Doesn't matter. It's not going to make a whole lot of difference. Okay. What I like to do then is peel off this and this. I thought about doing the hidden hinge system, which I'm going to do on my magic. Is it magic? The Stemperia one I told everybody I would do. Yeah, I have one that's ready to go, and then it was really hard to explain how to do the hidden hinge on a 3-inch spine because the 12 by 12 paper is not big enough. So I went to Michael's and got some 12 by 24, and yeah, we're gonna use that. Okay. You take your 1/2 inch score tape, or 5/8 or whatever size you prefer for this. I use 1/2 inch. And then we take that all the way around. And we will have a cover This is how I make all my covers. Okay. I have to go to the grocery store and I don't want to. Anybody else feel that? If it doesn't turn sunny, I may just go sooner. Okay, we're going to fold that over. Fold the top over. Fold the sides over. Okay, and then I just take my bone folder, push it down in these little divots. There we go. I use the Michael's Recollections paper for my covers. It does not tear when I fold it. So there's that. Okay, so this is a little over 8 inches. I'm going to cut this paper to 8 by, we'll do 6 to cover the spine. Okay, and then for the spine, we're going to go score tape on either side. Of the cover gusset thing. There we go. And then on your paper, you're going to go around all 4 corners. 4 edges. I have no idea what the page designs are going to look like yet. I was thinking about doing it red and black since I don't have that much yellow left. And I have quite a bit of red and black, or red. Hardly any, just solid black, so. But we'll look at it. We'll see. Okay. Now for this, I'm just going to use wet glue or ATG or both since I ran out of ATG. I love the feel of a new ATG roll. Alright, so the only thing I'm going to do is add another piece right here to the spine. And we'll be good to go. We just don't want our pages falling out, essentially. Burnish those on there. And then we'll cut the pages. The pages are going to be, we're going to do the stack the page. You can do stack deck. We're going to do stack the page. It's just a little bit of math, and I'm not the best at explaining it, but we'll do our best. Essentially, you're going to do the size of the page, which is going to be, we'll do 3.5 inches for these, plus your spine width, minus your gusset. So I know it's a lot of math, but I'll write it down for you. The first one's going to be 3.5 plus 3.5, which is 7, plus 2, so it's going to be 9 inches. And I did this again. Since I'm using a cream background, should I still distress it? The pages, that is. Very good chance of getting ink all over your cream background if you do that. You know, me, I'll definitely do it. Okay, we stuck that down. I'm just going to go into the crease on either side of the spine. Make sure that it folds the right way. And then burnish that down. And you could have used a piece of pattern paper. It does not matter. I think it's kind of a waste of a piece of pattern paper. Okay, I'm going to, oh, I think I may have to change this out. I think I may be getting schmutz on my paper. Okay, so our first page, what did I say? 3.5, right? And this is 8 inches, so we'll go 7 and 7.5. That leaves us enough room. So 7.5. 3.5 plus 3.5 plus 2 is 9. Okay, 7.5 by 9. And we're going to score at 3.5 and then 2 inches over, which is 5.5. And that's our first page. Super simple. Just filled up my Ultra Bond adhesive. The glue is well loved, or the bottle is anyways. I don't have to squeeze as hard, and I have to remember that. Okay, here we go. And we should have about a 1/4 inch on the top and a 1/4 inch on the bottom. Line it up with your gussets and your page, your covers, to make it straight. Because if it's not straight, then everything's going to be crooked. Whoop. Come on down, that's okay. That looks good. Okay, next page is going to be a 1/2 inch shorter because we're going to do 1/4 inch gussets. So we're going to do 3.5, 7.5. We'll cut that first. Okay, then we're going to do 3.5 plus 1.5 plus 3.5. So 7, that's 8.5. And we're going to score at 3.5. And then 1.5 inches over, which is 5. And if you don't do it exactly right, it's not a big deal. One, you can use these as, if you totally mess up and you can't use it for a page or for your pages, you can use it as a flap or a pocket or anything like that just by cutting it down, right? We don't waste paper here. Very rarely do I throw anything away. Okay, we're gonna put this a 1/4 inch from each side of the other one and line it up on the bottom and with the pages. Going from left to right, you should have a 1/4 inch from that side, from that page, 1/4 inch on that side from that page. Okay. Another 7.5 inches. That's going to be our vertical. And then this now is going to be 1 inch. So 7.5, or I'm sorry, 3.5, 3.5 plus 1 inch. So we're going to cut that to 8. And we're going to score it at 3.5. And 4.5. If you cut it too long, you can always cut it off. Again, right in the middle, and line it up with your bottom and top pages. Should have about a 1/4 inch. Do 7.5. I don't have much cream cardstock left over here. You're gonna have to break in a new pad or a new pack. 3.5 inch plus 1/2 inch plus 3.5. So 7.5. Or we're going to work with what we have, which will be interesting. Maybe that's a challenge we should make. Scoring at 3.5 and 4 inches. And you can make these pages as close together as you want. You do not have to do a 1/2 inch, or that would be a 1/4 inch gusset on each page. You can make it an 1/8 inch gusset by, instead of doing a 1/2 inch, you can do a 1/4 inch. And then you get more pages, but there'll be less room on each page. So I figure by the time people, you know, put pictures and stuff in it, that they want that extra 1/4 inch. Okay, this one lays right in the middle. And then your middle page always has a bigger gusset when I do it. I mean, I could put another page in there and make a 1/4 inch gusset like I just said, but okay, so that's that. I think I had all that cream cardstock under. And there, that's our pages. Ta-da! That's a super quick 4x2, 4x8 by 2 inch mini album cover tutorial. Now would be the time to like do a ribbon closure or anything if you wanted to do that, or we could have done it before we put the pages in if you wanted it to go under. But yeah, so we have all this cream cardstock left over that we can cut. So yeah, let's start on the pages. Head on over to ASCsupplies.com. ASCcraftsupplies.com. Use Scrapping Posh 10 for 10% off. And we'll see you in the next video.